One September morning, SpaceX's headquarters in California was bustling with activity as preparations for the first manned mission to Mars were in full swing. Elon Musk, who had arrived at the office early, was reviewing the final stages of rocket tests before a meeting with his team. This historic mission wasn't just important for SpaceX, but for humanity as a whole. Time was running out, but as usual, Musk was fully focused on the task at hand. Meanwhile, in the factory, a young engineer named Daniel, who had been with SpaceX for years, was struggling with some technical issues. Daniel, a hardworking engineer, had been facing personal challenges recently. His family was going through financial difficulties, his younger brother had fallen ill, and he was also dealing with his own health problems. Despite all this, he hadn't confided in anyone at work. He made sure everything seemed normal. As a professional, he felt he had to be perfect, but the reality was far different. Daniel's eyes were tired from staying up late again, but he continued to push himself to complete his tasks. That morning, he had started yet another long workday. On one hand, he was troubleshooting issues with the rocket tests. On the other hand, he couldn't stop worrying about his family's bills and his brother's condition. In his mind, the question kept spinning, what should I do? How can I fix all this? One day, while walking through the factory, Elon Musk's attention was caught by an engineer. He had seen Daniel before, but today something was different. Daniel was working alone on a task that seemed challenging. Musk walked closer and immediately noticed something in Daniel's demeanor. He wasn't his usual energetic self. Musk had always paid attention to the well-being of his employees, seeing them not just as workers, but as individuals. As Musk approached, Daniel noticed him and greeted him with a respectful nod and a smile. But the smile was faint, and it concealed a deep concern. Musk paused and observed him for a moment before speaking. "Is everything okay, Daniel?" he asked, his voice tinged with curiosity. Daniel hesitated for a moment, then raised his head. "Yeah, everything's fine, Elon. Just some personal things going on, but it's nothing to worry about. I'm handling it." His voice was shaky, betraying his true feelings. Musk's eyes locked onto Daniel's, and he immediately sensed that something was wrong. "Daniel, really? Is everything all right? You and the team are doing incredibly important work. But you're also a person. You don't have to handle everything alone." After a brief silence, Daniel finally lowered his gaze and admitted, "Honestly, I've been struggling a bit lately. My family's in a tough spot. My mom's been sick, and I'm trying to care for my little brother. I'm also dealing with my own health issues, but I didn't want to bring it up to anyone." Musk didn't judge him. Instead, he reflected on how to support him. "Daniel, I want you to know that you don't have to go through this alone. We're all part of the same team, and if you need help, it's okay to ask for it." Musk immediately took out his phone and began giving instructions to his assistant. "Margaret, I need you to contact organizations that can help with Daniel's family situation. Arrange for medical support for him, and let's make sure he has the resources to focus on his work and health." Margaret, on the other end of the line, immediately began to take action. Musk stayed with Daniel, giving him encouragement and reassurance. "Daniel, sometimes things get complicated, but remember, you're more than just an employee here. Your well-being matters to us, and we want to make sure you're taken care of." A week later, Daniel began receiving support from SpaceX's health programs. Financial assistance was provided for his family, his mother's treatment was covered, and his brother's medical needs were addressed. Daniel, once again, was able to fully focus on his work, feeling much more at ease. A few days later, Musk visited Daniel again in the office. "How are you doing, Daniel?" he asked with his usual serious tone. Daniel smiled and responded, "Things are much better, Elon. Thanks to you, not only at work, but in my personal life too. My family is in a better place, and I feel stronger." Musk nodded and smiled. "I'm proud of you, Daniel." Sometimes helping someone turn their life around is just as important as reaching the stars. I'm glad to see you doing well. A few days later, Daniel had the chance to thank Musk more personally. "I can't thank you enough, Elon. What you did for me changed my life. I feel like I'm not only helping SpaceX reach its goals, but I'm also finally on track with my own." Musk, always humble, simply smiled and replied, "You've always been a key part of this team, Daniel. Just remember, you're capable of doing great things, both for SpaceX and for yourself. Life can be tough, but you've got what it takes to push